Boxes used for electronic projects or product prototypes are usually universal boxes of this kind to suit the needs. We have to make holes that have various sizes, for example, holes for potentiometers. Or a hole for an on-off switch like this. And of course, there are various other holes that are adapted to the project we are working on. In this video, I want to show you the tool you should have to make a hole in your electronic project box. There are many types of tools, but here I will discuss two very important ones. What kind of tool is that? Please watch this video to the end. The first tool you should have is a step drill bit or drill bit. Here I have two models of step drill bits or bobber eyes. This one I call this big step drill bit or this big drill bit. Usually I use it to make large holes, but it is rarely used because I rarely make holes that are too large. The step drill I use the most is this little step drill. It's kind of my favorite tool. It is shaped like this, and so that it can be used by hand or without a machine. Then I utilized the handle of this screwdriver so I could use it comfortably. This step drill has a step diameter ranging from millimeters to 12 millimeters. This size is very often used for the electronic panel project I work on. Consider the diameter of each step. Then each step is approximately 1 millimeter high and should be carefully calculated. Now we practice one. You have to make a small hole as a way opener, and the easiest thing, of course, we can use this kind of solder. But remember to use special solder to weld plastic. Don't use the solder you normally use to solder components, of course. Anyway, my advice. Make sure to prepare specialized solder for welding plastic effectively. Let's make a hole like this. Next, we gradually enlarge the hole to the required size. Proceed slowly and carefully to ensure the results are tidy and precise. Adjust the drill bit position to the required hole size. A hole of this dimension is ideal for fitting a potentiometer. Looks like the results are neat. You could say perfectly round, yes? There are numerous methods to create a potentiometer hole like these. If you frequently need to make holes of this kind, I highly recommend using a step drill bit. It is very effective, efficient, and makes the work quick and manageable. Now, we will attempt to make a hole for this fan-up switch, positioning the hole around this area. We drill holes with solder. Then we enlarge the hole with this step drill. Make absolutely sure that the diameter of this particular switch is exactly 14.5 millimeters. Meanwhile, the maximum reel step is only up to 12 millimeters. Hello. This means that the hole is still not large. So, we require a large step drill bit, which will allow us to incrementally enlarge it as necessary. But this time I want to show you another tool for making holes with a diameter of 14 or 15 millimeters. In this scenario, I consistently utilize this type of switch in the various projects I undertake, thus necessitating a tool that is precisely suitable for creating a hole for this specific switch. In the past, I bought some kind of phone knife that was 15 millimeters in size. But the process is complicated and often fails because the box breaks instead. Then I tried to buy a drill like this. This is 15 millimeters in diameter. But darling, this is also complicated to wear. Actually, we could use this thought, but obviously this is not effective once again because this hole for the Swiss is very often used or often needed. Consequently, I embarked on a search for the appropriate tool, and just yesterday afternoon I purchased a hole-making instrument that resembles this. This particular tool is an ascending reamer or hole maker, designed to be operated manually. I made this purchase through an online platform. Take note of its physical appearance, which resembles the tip of a spear, complete with sharply defined fins encircling it. The tool is constructed from steel. It has a robust and sharp appearance. Observe the physical dimensions of the diameter here. It measures about 1 millimeter at the end. And the top is about 16 millimeters. Additionally, the diameter of the handle measures precisely 15.8 millimeters. I feel in love with this tool, so sturdy, and the design is very attractive. In my opinion, for the handle we are given some kind of iron rod like this. With sharp fins like this, it will be very easy when we punch holes in plastic boxes or maybe metal materials such as iron or aluminum. But unfortunately, this is so loose, right? I want a handle that can't slide so that it holds firmly. So for the time being, I will use bolt times indeed. We'll try times. I happen to have a fairly long 8-bolt. Let's try. We set it up like this. Later, when we need this pedestal, for a while bolting it like this suffices. And we immediately test. This should be suitable for making holes for switches or sacrals, yes. Let's try to measure first. 14.2 millimeters in diameter. Meanwhile, this is the width. 14.4 with slightly less size. We zoom in. still stuck. Note the uniqueness of the hole itself. Let's try again. Indeed, it's currently accurate, but it's not. There are numerous panels or components necessitating holes of varying sizes naturally. Like these components, for example, when choosing components for panels like this, I usually always try to look for ones that are round. This naive primer will be very helpful to make the holes of the panels. You should have at least these tools, namely step drill bit and Reamer Knife. This job will be easier if we use adequate tools, of course. If you have both, there will be times where you are suitable to use this Reamer, or at other times will be suitable to use this step drill. I made this video in the hope that it will help colleagues who enjoy working on electronic projects. I have tried various tools, and it seems that these two tools are very suitable to support our work. Good luck, see you in the next exciting video.
I'm all set and prepared for my dear brother Zaku's night out. Intentions? I ended up sleeping all by myself last night.